On Tuesday, Brigadier Mustafa Kamal Barki of the Inter-Services Intelligence, Pakistan's main spy agency, was killed in an encounter with militants. 7 team members of the high-ranking Pakistani intelligence official were also injured in the South Waziristan encounter. South Waziristan is a mountainous region that borders Afghanistan and has long been a hotbed of militants. Pakistani military's media wing said that intense firing was exchanged with militants and 2 of Barki's team members were in critical condition. The last rites of Brigadier Barki were held yesterday. Pakistan's president, prime minister and top military officials attended the funeral. Pakistan has seen a resurgence of militant attacks since late last year. In January, a deadly bombing of a mosque in the city of Peshawar killed over 100 people, most of whom were police personnel. Peshawar is the capital of Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. South Waziristan, where Tuesday's encounter transpired, is also in the same province. In November, Tehreek-E-Taliban Pakistan called off a shaky ceasefire agreed with the Pakistan government. The armed group ordered fighters to stage attacks across the country. Pakistan has seen a surge in attacks from the Afghan side of the border following the Taliban takeover in 2021. Almost all Afghan governments have refused to accept the colonial-era border demarcation. The Durand line runs through the mountainous border, splitting tribes on either sides. The border dispute has led to periodic skirmishes and tensions between Pakistan and Afghan forces. Pakistan has fenced a major portion of its border to prevent an influx of militants and migrants. As of now, Pakistan's military have not given reasons for Brigadier Barki's presence in the border area. No group has taken responsibility, and Pakistan's military have not named the perpetrators either. And for more on this, we are now being joined by our Pakistan Bureau Chief, Anas Malik. Anas Malik, great to see you. What more do we know about the encounter and what are the authorities saying?
Well, this was a key brigadier, a key person in the Pakistani security dispensation's hierarchy and a key figure who has been killed or assassinated and has lost his life while he was en route from Angurada, the Afghanistan-Pakistan border in South Waziristan, to Wana and the Khamarang road patch where the ambush has taken place. He was accompanied by his soldiers as well. There was an ambush that the Pakistani military says, and sources on the ground says that there was targeted, looks like, and in which he lost his life along with others as well. There are 2 critical people. There are 2 people who are critical in this incident, but it's a major loss to the Pakistani military's intelligence infrastructure as well for the key positioning Brigadier Mustafa Kamal Barki had, and the fact that he was considered to be an expert in these intelligence level operations. Therefore, his assassination or his killing would definitely be a big blow. And the reason we saw that yesterday, his funeral saw some unprecedented scenes where the DG Intelligence Inter-Services Intelligence, the DG ISI, Lieutenant General Nadeem Anjum, was there in a combat uniform, which is a sight that you would not be seeing so quite often. So in those images, there's a message, and the message is very clear that Pakistan's intelligence infrastructure is at war, and somebody as senior as the Director General or the DG himself recognizes that, and he would want to signal that to what he believes are the enemies in loud and clear, that we in the loudest and clearest terms, that we are definitely at war and we would be taking revenge for the blood lost. Eric?
Anas Malik, Pakistan seems to be struggling to contain or even curtail terror groups. What could be the problem and what challenges is the government facing?
Well, since the takeover of the Afghan Taliban in neighboring Afghanistan, we've seen a 58% rise in attacks in Pakistan by the Tehreek-E-Taliban. While no group has formally claimed responsibility of the attack on Brigadier Barki, who is no more, but it is understood that due to the proximity of the area being closer to Afghanistan, so it is understood that it was probably carried out by the Tehreek-E-Taliban Pakistan, the TTP. That being said, the existential problem that is there is with regards to the onslaught by the Tehreek-E-Taliban, where the Afghan Taliban refuse to act, and they say that they want more and more evidence. Pakistan says that they have evidence. In fact, the international partners of Pakistan, including the United States, they also endorse and agree that there is ample amount of evidence, but there seems to be some plausible deniability on the part of the Afghan Taliban that continues to aggravate the situation, complicate the situation, and aggravate the situation. And as a consequence of which, rather, we are seeing that attacks continue to frequently take place in Pakistan. Eric?
Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, thank you. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.